This next hour is dedicated to the fastest woman in the world, a woman who has won 5 Olympic golds and done the 100 and 200 metre double twice. A woman getting closer and closer to that 33-year-old 100 metre world record. It's all about Elaine Thompson Herah. With me for the next hour, it's Darren Campbell. And Darren, what a treat to get this time with Elaine. It's so rare we get this level of access. And just how impressive has she been this year?
Yeah, she's been absolutely amazing. I think to be in the stadium in Tokyo and watch her achieve what she achieved over the 100 and 200 metres was absolutely off the charts. I think, you know what? It reminded me of what Usain Bolt did. And I think it's time that she got the same recognition that he gets.
Well, like we said, we've got some time with the incredible Elaine Thompson. And Elaine, we need to just start talking about the year that you've had, or even the month that you've had. You're the first woman to complete the sprint double at the Games, and you broke the Olympic record in the 100. What was that like for you, Elaine, to be able to do that?
It was a surreal feeling, as a reigning Olympic champion, people might think that you're under pressure, but I try not to put myself under pressure, just stay focused and getting the work done. And I think the result had speak for itself at the Olympics. And even after the Olympics, I went to the Prefontaine Classics and got another world leading. So it's been an awesome season, It's been ups and downs with this injury and, to have overcome and claim my double Olympic title, not only 2 goals, but 3 goals. So it was a mission accomplished.
And did you know at the start of the year that you were capable of those times? Had winter training gone really well for you?
Honestly, I wouldn't think it would have been like that, I started out really good, but I had picked up an injury a couple weeks before our national trials. So, when you picks up an injury, your mind tends to be all over the place, wondering if you'll be fine, wondering if you'll be able to compete at your best. So I tried to manage to overcome that injury. I had a special friend who had stepped in and, get my body ready for the Olympics. So pretty much my mind was not in the right place, but until I just say, okay, you're a champion, you can do this. So I tried to go on the positive side and not think about negative, So the injuries do come, but you have to just know how to manage and go around them. And I think I had done that.
Yeah, you did more than that, Elaine, for you to be able to go in there. You smashed it. And I guess there would have been people, Elaine, looking at you leading up to those Tokyo Games and thinking, is she capable of doing the double, coming back again? Because like you said, you'd had a few rough years with injury going into it. And how important was the self-belief for you going into Tokyo?
I think self-belief is really important, for me. I normally doubt myself. I think it's it's natural for you to sometimes think that you cannot do it, but I think I have a strong team that is behind me who always pushes me to say that whenever you believe in something, it do happen, I have speak to a lot of my friends and family members, and I have try to doubt myself in little places or areas which I think it's not going my way, but they always tell me to just believe it will happen. And I think I had changed that talk in my head. I continue just telling myself that I can do it, I am a winner, and I doing that by writing down my affirmation each day. After my practice, I took up my phone and I go in my notes and I just started writing all those stuff down. So, once you write them down, you talk it, you say it, then naturally you will believe. And once you're healthy and you're trained and you're doing what you're supposed to do, everything will put together and you will become successful in everything that you want to do.
I'm just going to read them back
So
to
I
you
think
now.
self-belief is really...
Yeah, I'm just going to read them back to you. I will run 10.5. I will run 21.5. I can do it. I am a winner. I am a champion. I will claim my double at the Olympics. I will run the curve hard. I will explode and jump from the blocks to the first 30 meters. I will train super hard. I will be the fastest woman alive. Say it, believe it, Work for it and pray about it. I will be the double Olympic champion. Today is my day. I am the greatest. Now,
Wow.
that's serious.
So I wrote those down every day after practice. A friend of mine, we had a conversation and he was telling me that you have to believe, and once your mind and your body is connected, it will happen. And I'll just start writing these down, not knowing they would actually happen. So, when I see that happen, I said, okay, whenever you put your mind, your body, and your heart in it, it do will happen.
You know,
And how
you went.
important is your faith?
It is important for me because my grandmother, she's really spiritual. Every time she calls me, she's always telling me to pray and believe and trust in God. So it is really important for me, because I have my families and my friends who always supporting me by keeping me in their prayers. And I try to do that every morning when I wake up. I read my Bible and I pray and I do my little motivational posts on my social media. So it is really important for me.
You know, you're speaking about your grandma, Elaine. Everybody knows who your grandma is now. I'm telling you, like your grandma is our grandma. Like we want someone to pray and believe the way your grandma does for you. And it was amazing just to see, this, she just knew, you're her baby. She knew that that was going to happen. But then, like you say, you've got the supporters, the self-belief, the friends and the family, but you also had a song that you had going through your head. Tell everyone what that song was.
The song that was going through my head, the song that I was actually thinking about, it said that anywhere you lead me, I will go. And I just use that as a motivation for me. Everybody has their struggles, their obstacles, and their ups and downs. So I was like, I think I have to just try to redeem myself through this championship. And my body and my mind was in a good place. So I just use that and just to execute each and every day out there on the track in the rounds. I felt much comfortable. I felt different. Everything was different for me, different from the Rio Olympics. So this one was different. I think this one was specially made for me. It was just different.
Did you have no doubts at all that you would do it?
Well, this time it was not doubt. I was more super nervous than normal. My guts was, it was dropping. Like every time I go on the field, it feels like I'm gonna explode, and I have to just try to control that. Even the finals, oh my God, when they turn off the lights and they're introducing all the eight finalists, I was so nervous. I could not wait to get in my blocks and just run. I was so nervous. I am worried. I said, okay, you need to calm down because if you're too nervous, you may not react properly, you may not start, you may panic. So I'm just out there talking to myself and say, just keep cool. You have been here before. Just do not panic. And I just tell myself that. And once I heard the gun, that was it.
Do you know, Elaine, you're telling me, and I'm getting goosebumps. So
Yeah.
I was in the stadium when the lights went down. You guys got in the blocks, but when the lights went up and the starter said "to your marks," wow, Elaine, tell me what was going through your mind at that point.
Honestly, after the light went out and they introduced us, I was so nervous. And then when they had reached lane three, they had skipped me and went to lane nine. I was like, why did they do that? So they had left me, so they had left me for last. So when they say, well, it went quiet for like 2 seconds. Then we heard the announcer said, on your marks. I say, okay, this is it. We cannot fix anything. I cannot change anything. I have to just do what I've done for the entire season. So I just take one last breath, and that was it.
And it was brilliant. And then the final breath that you took when you came off on the other side, that resulted in a gold medal. And Elaine, your face when you crossed the line. Can you can you explain that feeling of crossing the line in first place again for 100-meter final at Olympic Games?
Listen, I'm gonna be very honest. Crossing that line, I did not even see that 1060 or 1061. I knew I won. I don't even know where I was pointing, celebrating like 5, 10 meters out. I don't know where all that came from, but I think the body knew that I won and wanted to win so badly. I started celebrating even before I crossed the line. When I saw that board and I saw that 1061, I could not even believe I ran that time. Like, I don't think I was in a 10-6 shape. I No, I probably might get a medal, but not to win in an Olympic record. everything was just surreal. Like I could not believe it was happening at this moment. Another year of, well, 5 years later, try to retain my title. And I think I'm grateful for this season because, the pandemic came last year when it's supposed to be Olympics. And most of us were unhappy because we are probably giving it our last season and we have to push back, adjust. And I think I was super happy for that because I was coming off a championship, which I did not medal, and I was hurt badly. So I think that had put me in a position where I could recover and come back fully to retain my title. So that feeling was just, I said it, everything was different. The environment was different. We had no crowd in the stands. So I think I was just celebrating by myself, inside and out. So until now, I think I don't know what I have done. I think I'm still in a state of shock that I am still the double Olympic champion. So I don't know. It's just different.
Do you feel the race got the recognition that it deserves? Because to me, I think when people speak about you, they should speak about you the same way that they speak about Usain Bolt. I see you as a legend and an all-time great, and I firmly believe that you will break the world records. So do you feel you get the recognition you deserve?
Well, honestly, no. I think it's because of my dominance over the past 5 years. After claiming the double Olympic champion at the Rio, it was a rocky path for me. So I think my recognition from my side and comparing to Usain, I think it's not comparable at all because he keeps dominating every year, breaking records. I am close to the world record, so I think probably that's the reason why for the past 5 years I I have not been my best. So I think he's in a class by himself and I'm in a class by myself. So,
I
but
quite like
hopefully
that.
one day that recognition will be different because I'm trying to go in a different path in that Olympic record and that world record path. So it will be different.
Do you know what, Elaine? I did not think in recent years, in the years we are in now, that I would hear a woman talk about the 100-meter world record. And I don't know about you, Darren, but it is crazy to
It
me.
does sound crazy.
Doesn't it sound crazy?
It
Like,
does sound
okay,
crazy.
we are talking about a world record that has been there for so long that it almost
33
feels like,
years, Jeanette.
yeah, that it's like, it almost feels
82
like it's
years?
not, yeah. It
Before you were
feels
born.
like, it feels like it's not allowed to be broken. And here you are, Elaine, so close to it and understanding that actually, with the right race, the right setup, and everything else, that's a world record that you could break. And you almost in the back end of the season, you looked as if that was the mission, and how close do you feel to making that kind of history?
Honestly, this season was not of a breaking record or anything. It just happened, it just comes. And I tried to go at it, but it did not work out because it was not in the plan from the start. So seeing that I went close, I think this time I can more do better preparation to get to that record better because the aim was to just try to get back my title. So it was not all about breaking the world record. I know, like probably 5 years ago, that same question thrown out at me. Do you think you can break that record? And I was like, no. It takes a lot of work. So for me to be running 10:6 constant and 10:5 once, it's reachable for me. So I think once you have done it once, I've run 10:6 3 times. So I know that feeling. So even that 10:5 I ran at Prefontaine, I felt sluggish. I felt slow. I think I did not have the perfect race until I see that time. I was like, sometimes when I feel that way, I always get that result that I was not expecting. So, sometimes it's not all about think about running fast or anything like that. My main focus sometimes just to have a good race. And the time when I always try to have a good race, the time when I felt sluggish, felt slow, and I always get a result that I was not expecting. So, to see that I went that close, I think I can do more preparation, thinking that I am going to break that record. But this season was not all about that.
Yeah.
Do you prefer running the rounds or one-off races?
The rounds. I think the rounds works. Sometimes you probably make a mistake in the first and you have another chance to correct them. And the one run is still you have to train your body to do a one run either way. So I think the rounds is good and bad in a way because you probably run fast in the first run and not in the finals because as I said, we're humans. Sometimes we may try to think that we're not under pressure, we don't put ourselves under pressure, but sometimes it do happen. For example, the semifinals before the finals, you probably find yourself running a faster semis and a slower final because you're under pressure. It's all the ladies lining up. You were not running the semis with all those girls. So in the final, the feeling is different. So sometimes the two rounds is good and it's bad. And sometimes the one round it's good also and it can be bad. So whichever, for me, it doesn't matter because once I line up to compete, I'm going there to compete.
Elaine, you're at the highest end of the game now, the top end. So it's going to take really small incremental steps, those marginal gains for you to be able to get better. And I know you are a student of the sport. You studied this, this is you. So when you watch certain runners and you take upon certain aspects of their runs to implement in your own, where do you see those tiny, tiny things are going to come from for you to be able to push on and keep going at this level?
Well, I watch everybody that I compete with because I know they're watching me, so I'm watching them too. And I have watched a lot of videos of Flo Jo Griffins, and to get those tiny things that you can correct, you have to put them in slow motion. You watch it first, and then try to slow it down to see those are the things that can be fixed because sometimes you probably even see my race and you probably say where that tiny mistake was, but if you put that in slow motion, you can see it and you can fix it. So basically, that's what I do. I try to watch other races. I watch mine as well, slow it down to see what can be corrected and what can be fixed.
And
Yeah.
the races in Tokyo, have you watched them back? And where do
A
you feel you
million
made mistakes?
times. A million. Well, well, for me personally, I would say that I could have run that 10-5 from the Olympics if I was not even celebrating like 5, 10 meters out. And I think if I could run that race back over, I would just run straight to the line without even celebrating. That's the thing I could fix. My start was great, transition was great. All I could do is just take that last 10 meter out, not pointing, and just run through the line.
Mm.
And the
You know,
200 meters?
The 200 meters was different this time because as an athlete competing, you know what it feels like of running rounds. And this time it was so different. For some reason, they had us running two rounds on the same day. I was not used to that, so I had to conserve as enough energy as I could. And running two rounds, equaling my PB in the semis, and come back the other day. I think if we had every other day to do that, I think I would probably have gone faster.
I'm going to ask you a question, and you're not going to like me when I ask you this question, okay? Get
Why are
ready.
you setting me up?
Listen, if you if you could do the sprint double in Paris but not break the world record, would you take that?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I would love to break the world record, yes, at the 2024 Paris Games Olympic. But let me see. If I should take the double and not the record,
Two more gold
honestly,
medals.
I would love two more gold medals to my tally, and I would love the world record too. But I would attempt the record before I go to the Olympics and go and claim my
Wow,
title
okay.
too.
Well, no.
That is a brilliant answer. That is amazing. So you
Because
break the record
as I
before.
said, when it comes on to championship, you don't know what to expect. And I could run a fast semis and a slow final. So if I could target that record before the championship, I would definitely do that and then just go Olympic and have some fun.
At 29, do you feel you are reaching your peak? Do you feel there's lots more to come?
Yes, I think I have a lot more to come knowing that because each year is a ups and down for me. I never had that perfect season without an injury and just running constant. I don't think I have reached my peak at age 29, but I'm just continuing to just put in the work and see if I can just have a complete season of no struggles and no hurdles to jump, and just to see if that season will be better than everyone that I'm having before, So I don't think I have reached my peak. I'm trying to get there.
One thing that's been amazing to watch this season is just the fact that the women's sprints are so hotly contested. There are great competitions and rivalries, but do you feel like they push you on, to be better, to do better, just so you've got that, it's an instinct in you that you just want to win?
Honestly, I think they do pushes me because I think if we weren't even running 10-6 and 10-5, we'd probably still in that 10-7 and 10-8 barrier, So for these ladies to coming out and performing, I think that helps me to run even faster because I know everybody wants to be on their A game on that day. Everybody wants to win. So my job is to want to win and compete. I'm very, very competitive. So I think the ladies are putting on a fire this year, and I hope that we can take it back to next year so we can do more on the track and try to build our women's sport on the side because, sometimes it's always the men doing their thing. So it's time for us to take over.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you know? Oh gosh, and it's so exciting. And Elaine, I ran at the World Junior Championships in Jamaica in 2002, right? And I remember, Veronica Campbell at the time. There was a young girl, Anisha McLaughlin. She used to have this
Yes,
hair.
Anisha McLaughlin.
Do you remember? She used to wear her
Yes.
hair. It was like the pigtails. But going to Jamaica in 2002 and just seeing how much Jamaica loves track and field, you feel it, it's very much as part of the country. And you starting out and being in and around all of that when you were younger, how easy was it for you to fall in love with the sport and realize that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, I had the passion and the love for the sport from I was very small before I even knew about running at champs, running at the Olympics or a world champion. So it was just natural for me. There's so much sports out there that I could choose from, and I did not choose any. I just stick to the one sport. Even though I was not winning when I was small, I was not going to World Junior, I was not going to Caribbean Games, but I still stood by the sport because the love that I have for it and the love that I had for it, this it takes me to higher places, and so I can be here talking to you guys now. So, I wasn't a champion when I was in high school or primary, but I was there still doing my thing. I was fast in my head, but you know, I was fast in my head, but other girls were there faster than me. So I think that's one of the things that I'm more motivating about, that I wasn't a winner from I was younger, but that transition that I had make, I think that's why I'm more competitive and hardworking, because of the where I'm coming from to where I'm now. So I think that is one of my biggest motivation, from where I'm coming from to now. So I can tell my story to younger generation, never stop trying, continue to push and work hard, don't give up.
And you know what, earlier where we were speaking about the support and obviously Jamaica and they feel it, that sense of national pride, okay? We touched on your grandmother and what she was able to, show the world and how much it meant to you. And I just want you to hear the audio again, okay, of your grandmother. She puts her head in her hands. But listen to this, Elaine.
Yes! Let it go, girl! Let it go! Let it go! Yes! Let it go, girl! Let it go! Let it go, girl! Let it go! Let it go! Let it go! What you talk you about do? What you wrong? Don't cry, girl. Hold it, girl. Hold it. What me tell you go for do? Run. Cock up, girl. Cock up. In the name of Jesus. Come on.
She said, hold it. She said,
Hold
make
it.
sure, do not cry. Your grandmother, and that is amazing. And how does it feel when you hear that? Because that's your grandmother, her reaction, but the whole of Jamaica, 1, 2, 3, it was just something else, wasn't it?
When I saw that video, I was dying. Like, I know she's very dramatic, when it comes down to me and competing and, winning, she's very dramatic because I know she has been praying for me each and every day. And to be a part of that 1, 2, 3, I've seen it 2009 or 2008, I think, where we still got 1, 2, 3. I see it on the men's side. So to be a part of this history, I don't know, but it feels amazing to know that 10 years back when I'm retired, looking back on my achievement, I was a part of that 1, 2, 3 history. So everything feels great and amazing for me to be a part of that. I know we are Jamaican, so for us to have that 1, 2, 3, it's amazing for us.
And what was it like when you got back and you showed her your medals? Did she put them on?
Honestly, I have not seen her yet. I'm trying to surprise her
Oh,
for Christmas. So I try to hold out as much as I can because I know she's very excited. But she knows that I'm home, but I'm not going to surprise her until December.
Oh,
okay.
brilliant! That
Oh,
will be an amazing Christmas
And
surprise.
because of I think it's because of more my safety, because I've been around other persons and doing stuff.
yeah.
So because of our safety and this whole COVID, I'm trying to, give her some time before I go visit.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
it's amazing. It's amazing. And you know what, Elaine? You speak about the 1, 2, 3, the Jamaican pride. What is it about Jamaica? It's an island in the Caribbean, and you are a sprinting powerhouse when it comes down to the sport of athletics. Like, what do you think it is that's breeding champions there in Jamaica?
I think for us, because we have our boys and girls championship. We try to have a little clubs. In high school, we have sports day. So everybody is very competitive here in Jamaica, not only in sports. So we try to push ourselves out there, not that we want to be somebody, but everybody looks up to somebody. Everybody have a motivation or somebody who motivates them. So I think for us as a small island, we're very competitive in everything that we do, music, entertainment, sports. Our culture is just all about that. So for us to have that 1, 2, 3 in the Olympic, in sports, I think that was beautiful for us because our island is comprised of everything. It's all about entertaining. And we had done so much in track and field that we entertained this year in the pandemic. It was beautiful, looking back on this probably 10 years later, we can say in that pandemic we had done that, so it feels great. And to be a part of my culture, Jamaica, and to my country to be a small country, not a large amount of people living here, but for us to go out there every time and to dominate, it feels great to be a part of that.
Because Jamaica has so much success in sprinting, does that bring extra pressure when you stand on the line at the Olympics and the World Championships?
No, it does not bring any pressure to me. To stand on the line, I just want to compete. I just want to do my best. I just want to do everything, that a normal athlete wants to do. Win, be competitive, and just to have fun. It's because it's come natural, where it's our job. And once you're doing your job, you want to do it the best of your ability. So that is the most part for me. I just want to entertain and do everything the best that I can do, just to be a part of history and to inspire the younger generation.
Yeah, it's important. You're right, because there's a legacy there. And like we say, the legacy in terms of how you come together as teammates as well. Because I always found it quite hard that you race against each other all season. And then for one day of the season, oh, hey, be teammates and try and, win a relay. How is that for you to be able to look at, some of your teammates, they're phenomenal women, and then come together and actually try and do that? How challenging is that for you, Elaine?
It's not really challenging because when it comes down to relay, everybody's excited. It's that one watermelon that you want to add to the tally. It's uh not a one man thing, is a team. So when it comes down to relay, I'm always excited to run relays. We're discussing what we're gonna wear, if we're in panties, if we're in tube tops. So that so that part for me is very exciting and fun. After the tense competition, you're going back to having fun. So that is the best part for me. Release that tension of, the nervousness and to come together and to run a relay. That part is very fun.
So, when you're in the call room for the individual, do you speak to the other Jamaican girls or is that different?
It is very different because I think in sprinting, the females are more serious than every other event. We don't speak to each other. We don't look in each other way. We just, our focus is just you. So it's very different, everybody just going out there, everybody wants to win. So it's just serious for us, and the focus is real. Like, it's real on the women's side. Like, everybody's just in their own zone to perform at their best.
Do you know, Elaine? I have to tell you a story. So in 2008, I was part of the GB girls relay, and the Jamaican girls relay. And what happened? We didn't finish. So the Jamaican girls and the British girls, we kind of came together, disqualified, batons dropped, everything. But the difference between the Jamaican girls in the cool room and us, the British girls, the Jamaican girls were just excited and chatty. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price was there at the time, and we were so stiff. Darren, it's like we couldn't even crack a little smile. Everybody was so nervous, and for you to be able to have that relationship with the girls, in particular Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, who you've been with, racing against for a number of years now, is that important that you can still, yes, be rivals, you don't have to be best friends, but when you come together as a team, you're able to make things work?
Yes, it is important, as I said, for us on the women's side, when you're going to the call room, everybody's in their own zone, we don't want to talk to each other, and you don't want to talk to nobody because you don't know what the response you're gonna get. So I think for me, I try just to stay to myself. If probably a person says something to me, I try to respond in a quick response and cut it short. It's not all about chit chatting and having friends in call room. It's all about you and what you're going out there to do, your focus. So I think that is important. You don't want to break that focus, even though sometimes a little laughter is good to release that tension, but it's what I come in the sport and see, so I don't try to break that. So that's what I came and see. So I guess I'm in that too. So I'm doing that as well. So when it comes down to the team, it's very different. For 4x1s, we're chatting, we're giggling, we're just doing every crazy stuff. So it's different, the feeling is different.
And after so much success, how do the Jamaican public treat you?
Honestly, I came home from my championship. I've been home every single day. I have not been out because I'm afraid of this COVID. So I try to so I try to be home the best once I don't have anything important to do, because since I got back, I had a couple shoots with my sponsors here, and that was it. I don't mingle with anybody. I'm just home chilling with my dogs and my husband and my friends, but I'm not mingling with anybody.
You're not going anywhere. But
I'm not going
listen,
anywhere.
you honestly, you're global. And I was watching your Instagram after everything that you did, the private jets, and I was like, wow, she is living it up. Like, this is amazing. But globally, you really did transcend. Like, everybody was watching. America were all over it, as we were here in the UK. And obviously we heard how your grandmother reacted, back in Jamaica. But did you hear what Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg had to say about you? Listen to this.
The Jamaican sprinter, who's the greatest sprinter of all time in my eyes as far as women, Elaine Thompson, Herah, broke FloJo's 33-year-old Olympic record in the 100-meter dash after running a 10.61 to take home the gold. Let's sneak a peek.
Watch this. We all together now. It's all cool, right? Yeah, okay. Watch this. Okay, I got a fighter. Watch it. You know what? Let me throw this bitch 6.
I got a 6 here, yeah. And while I point to the clock to let you know that I'm breaking the record.
Who did the point? Where do you think she got the point from?
Usain.
Usain Bolt, fellow Jamaican legend. She paid homage to Usain while breaking a record the same way that he did when he broke the record.
Yes.
People got to see the synergy in this, man.
Right.
People got to see that.
Right.
The point over to the clock may be the coldest move in track and field.
It is, because it's so confident to say that. Why are they even running against me? Look at the clock.
Yeah. I'm not over here. By the way, I'm not even worried about hitting nobody when I play.
They're not even that close.
That's how far ahead I am. I'm swinging my hands all types of way. I'm not worried about catching nobody nobody face, because ain't nobody that close.
Right.
That's a cold move, man.
That's a cold move. Now listen, when you heard that, that must have made you feel special.
In Jamaican term, I feel good. Kevin Hart talking about you and Snoop Dogg. You have to feel good. I feel good, like I feel like a superstar. Feel good.
Amazing. Yeah. Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg, that's on the NBC Olympics highlight show, and they did a really good job on that. It was very, very funny. But Elaine, I want to take you away from the track and think about and talk about, I should say, what you do when you're not training. You're a cook, you got a degree in food service management. Like you know how to throw it down in the kitchen, as they'd say.
Well, when I'm not training, I try to do, activities that is more fun, because even though, you mentioned I'm a cook, my husband and I do have a restaurant here in Jamaica, so we try to put that out off the track and on the track things. So we try to do a lot of businesses out there. So for me, I like to go to the beach. Sometimes I take trips, to other parishes here in Jamaica. So for me, it's just all about exploring and having fun because, I'm still young. So I try to do much activities as I can off the track. And when it's track time, it's more serious. So for me, it's just different. Just having fun. Sometimes I probably do some cooking, even though sometimes I'm not really a big fan of cooking, but I like cooking, but not all the time.
So what's your favorite dish?
My favorite dish, of course, is rice and peas and fried chicken with curry
Yeah, has
gravy on
to
the
be.
side.
Yes.
And a
Jamaican
slice of
dish.
pear.
Mine too. Next time I'm in Jamaica, I'm gonna come see you.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And we also saw you learn how to ride a bike recently. Like,
Yeah, how's
you're
that
really
going?
exploring. Like, how is it?
Come on, share.
I feel embarrassed by doing that video. It was just a fun day at practice. Knowing that my season was over. So I was just saying, okay, let me just attempt to ride this bicycle, but it was a disaster.
I
But
know
I
why.
still try.
I watched the
You still
video. I
got to
can
try.
help you.
You have to try.
So I try to put that out there, just to have fun and interact with my fans, and families to say, okay, homegirl, Olympic record holder, national record holder is not a big rider of bicycles. So when I got back home, my sponsor, NCB, sent me two bicycles. And homegirl is still not able to ride them. So I'm still here trying to see how I'm going to be able to, get better at that. But hopefully one day I will send that video out to the world. I found it very funny to know that I can drive, but the bicycle is very challenging for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I will get
This is
it.
it. This is what you're
Go
doing
on,
wrong.
Darren.
You need the seat higher. Yeah, because you got
The
long
seat
legs.
high up
Yeah, you
true.
need the seat. Yeah. The problem is your knees are coming too high when you're trying to pedal, so you can't get the
Oh,
momentum. I was watching the video today, so I could give you some advice.
she's watching the video and laughing.
No. In fairness, I was taking it serious because I know how hard it is to ride a bike. So
It's very challenging for me, but I want to get it because I want to ride so bad. But I will
you'll
try
get
one of
it.
these days.
Yeah, you'll
I
get
know
it.
I
You'll
will
be
get it.
fine. Elaine, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but there's a few questions that I think are quite important, especially now your platform, what you're able to put out there to the world. And we've seen a lot of athletes, especially over the last 5 years, really use their platform to fight, fight against things and bring attention to certain racial and social injustices. Like, and do you feel that responsibility as an athlete? Is that something that you take on?
Yes, I do. I think responsibilities of athletes is very critical. What you put out there and what you say or what you post. So for me, it's all about showing some of the side of my personality that many persons may not know, because I'm a very serious person on the track. So a lot of persons may not know the other side of me. So what I try to do, I try to show some of my personalities in my posts, my TikTok, my Instagram. But I try to be very careful because, a lot of children or kids are watching what you put out there because you motivate them. So I try to be responsible in stuff that I do because, for example, I call sponsorship. They do watch what you post and stuff like that. So I try to be more responsible than, you know, what I put out there because sometimes it do harms you.
And yeah, I was just about to say, the next 12 months, what are you hoping to achieve?
For the next 12 months, what I would hope to achieve, stay healthy, of course. I'm a week out from getting back to practice. The focus, the focus is still there. I'm still on my journey to go on another mission. So the focus is just to stay healthy, take it step by step, meet by meet, and just to look forward for this World Championship. It's close to home. It's in Eugene, so I am looking forward for an individual medal at the World Championship. I have one. It's from 2015, which is a 200, which is a silver. So my aim is to just focus on that, and take it step by step, no rush, no pressure,
Yeah.
and do great things.
Yeah. Do you see any of the women that are out there at the moment any as a threat at all? Any of the ones that could potentially come along and give you some trouble here, or are you kind of looking at everyone and saying, actually, you know what, we've all got to go?
Honestly, no, because once you're not bothering me, once you're not in my space, everybody's a competition. So I see nobody as a threat. Everybody's have their own personalities, but nobody is a threat to me, Once, it's on the track, it's just different, Everybody have a different personality on the track, different one out off the track. So I see no threats, no.
And listen, you mentioned Eugene. Now, considering you ran so fast there this season, do you see that? Yeah, you're smiling already. Do you see that as a great opportunity to potentially break this world record?
Yes, I think so. I got a feel of the track already after the refurbish of it. So, the atmosphere there, sometimes it's different, because, it's 3 hours behind from here. So, just hoping for some good weather in the summer. So, I think it's a good target there, close to home where you can have family and friends to come and watch you and to cheer you on, So, yeah.
Do you know, in Eugene, it's going to be the first time actually they're going to be ending world championships on the women's 4x4. They're really focusing on pushing women
What?
forward. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they really want to make sure that everything is for the world athletics, it's the women's focus. And how much do you want to make sure that the women in the sprints and across the board actually in athletics really get the attention they deserve?
I think we should get the attention that we deserve and also equal payment, because everybody is working hard. So the attention, for example, I'm not going to touch that side yet. For example, the first Diamond League of the season, you have all 8 women from the previous season line up and we do go out there and compete. So for us, you will never see that on the men's side. So I
Yeah,
think we should get the recognition that we're supposed to get because every single year, every Diamond League, you have at least 5 top women competing.
yeah.
So I think the recognition on our side is we're supposed to get that. And we are doing the same as the men. We're working hard, we're training hard, we're competitive, we're competing at our highest. So I think with the recognition and the payment also, everything should be very equal. I believe in equality.
I totally agree. I think the way the women are performing right now is on a totally different level. That for me, it's a must. You must receive the same payment that the men
Yeah.
receive. I think it's time.
We are never afraid of competing,
No,
It's always happening over the past years where you have all women in a Diamond League championship lining up before the championship even comes. So, we have that feel of already competing with the women before the championship. So it's always all of us lining up, competing, and I guess because we're not complaining, but I think we should speak up or something, So yes.
It's true. You know what? And Darren and Elaine, I don't know about you, but I think for a lot of people across the world, the women's 100-meter final at the Olympic Games was the most anticipated race of the sprints.
yeah.
More so than
It
I've
was,
heard
it
in
was, it
years.
was.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
it was.
how proud do you feel to be part of that movement, Elaine?
I'm very proud to be a part of that, as a reigning Olympic champion to come back and retain my title. I was proud to be a part of that and proud to be a Jamaican, of course, to carry that gold medal home. So it was a proud moment for me.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Elaine, listen, we have just honestly, I've had a great time talking
It's
to you. I
been
know what time
brilliant.
is it? What time is it in Jamaica at the moment?
What time is it in Jamaica? It's 4:01 p.m.
4:01. Okay,
Okay.
it's 10 o'clock here in
Oh,
the
it's 10 o'clock.
UK.
Oh, wow, yes.
I'm gonna get some sleep.
Is it
So,
cold now?
of course, when is it? When is it warm? It's never warm here. Don't you remember?
Never.
Never come. Listen, whenever you come to Gateshead, Elaine, and I have to interview you after Gateshead, you're always trying to run away from me because I know you're so cold. You don't. You just want to get
I
inside.
cannot do the cold. I cannot do the cold. No.
Brilliant stuff. Listen, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. We're going to see you next season. Fighting fit. We're so excited to see what you can do. And like I said, it's been a privilege. It's been a privilege to watch. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care.
Thanks for having me.
Thank
Bye.
you, Elaine.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.